इच्छां हरिर अधनात्मधन प्रियो रसज्ञः श्रुतधनकुलकर्माणामधैर्ये विदधति पापम् अकिंचनेषु सस्तु. Hare Krishna.
Thank you, Mataji. Krishna. Chitra Mohini, Mataji.
Hare Krishna Mataji. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Na bhajati kumanishanam saijjham. Hari adhanatma dhana priyo rasajnyaha. Shrutadhana kulakarmanam madhairye. Vidadati papam akkinchaneshu sassu. Hare Krishna Mataji.
Thank you. Krishna. Sujata Subhash, Mataji.
Hare Krishna Mataji. Na bhajati kumanishenam saijayam. Hare adhanatma dhana priyo rasajnaha. Shuta dhana kula karmanam adaire. Vidadati papam akinchaneshu satsu. Thank you, Mataji. Hare Krishna.
Thank you, Hare Krishna. Shubha Rao Prabhu.
हरे कृष्ण माता जी धन्यवाद प्रणाम.
Dhanarvina.
न भजति कुमनीषणां सयुज्यां हरिरधनात्म धन प्रियो रसज्ञः सुतधनकुलकर्माणां मधैर्ये विदधति पापमकिञ्चनेषु तत्सु. हरे कृष्ण.
Thank you, Prabhu. Leena Mataji.
हरे कृष्ण माताजी धन्यवाद प्रणाम. न भजति कुमनीषीणां स इच्छां हरिरधनात्मा धनप्रियो रसज्ञः श्रुतधनकुलकर्मणां मधैर्ये विदधति पापम् अकिंचनेषु सत्सु. हरे कृष्ण.
Thank you, Hare Krishna. Revati Mataji, go ahead. Mataji.
Hare Krishna.
Krishna.
Hare
You're
Krishna
muted. Yes, Mataji, Hare Krishna.
Mataji. Na bhajati kumanishishanam saijjam hariradhanatma dhana priyo rasajnyaha shrutadhana kulla karmanam aidaryam vidati papa kinjanoshi satsuhu. Hare Krishna Mataji. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Hare Krishna. Na never. Bhajati accepts. Ku manishinam of persons with a dirty heart. Saha hi ijyam offering. Hari the Supreme Lord. Adhan to those who have no material possessions. Atma dhan simply dependent on the Lord. Priyaha who is dear. Rasagnaha who accepts the essence of life. Shruta, education, dhana, wealth, kula, aristocracy, karma, nam, and of fruitive activities. Madehe, by pride, ye, all those who, vidadhati, perform, papam, disgrace, akinchaneshu, without material possessions, satshu, unto the devotees. Translation by His Divine Grace Srila Prabhupada ki jai. The Supreme Personality of Godhead becomes very dear to those devotees who have no material possessions, but are fully happy in possessing the devotional service of the Lord. Indeed, the Lord relishes the devotional activities of such devotees. Those who are puffed up with material education, wealth, aristocracy, and fruitive activity are very proud of possessing material things, and they often deride the devotees. Even if such people offer the Lord worship, the Lord never accepts them. Purport by His Divine Grace Srila ki jai. The Supreme Personality of Godhead is dependent on His pure devotees. He does not even accept the offerings of those who are not devotees. A pure devotee is one who feels he does not possess anything material. A devotee is always happy in possessing the devotional service of the Lord. Devotees may sometimes appear materially poor, but because they are spiritually advanced and enriched, they are most dear to the Supreme Personality of Godhead. Such devotees are free from attachment to family, society, friendship, children, and so on. They abandon affection for all these material possessions and are always happy in possessing the shelter of the lotus feet of the Lord. The Supreme Personality of Godhead understands the position of his devotee. If a person derides a pure devotee, he is never recognized by the Supreme Personality of Godhead. In other words, The Supreme Lord never excuses one who offends a pure devotee. There are many examples of this in history. A great mystic yogi, Durvasa Muni, offended the great devotee Ambrish Maharaj. The great sage, Krishna, was to be chastised by the Sudarshan Chakra of the Lord. Even though the great mystic directly approached the Supreme Personality of Godhead, he was never excused. Those on the path of liberation should be very careful not to offend a pure devotee. मम ज्ञानतिमिरन्दस्य ज्ञानाञ्जनशलाकया चक्षुरुन्मिलितं येन तस्मै श्रीगुरुवे नमः श्रीचैतन्यमनोभीष्टं स्थापितं येन भूतले स्वयं रूपा गदा मह्यं ददाति स्वपदान्तिकम् हे कृष्णा कर्ण सिंधु दीनबंधु जगतपते गोपेश गोपिका कांता राधा कांता नमस्ते तप्त कांचन गौरंगी राधे वृंदावनेश्वरी वृषभानुसुते देवी प्रणमामि कृष्ण हरि प्रिय जय श्री कृष्ण चैतन्य प्रभु नित्यानंदा श्री अद्वैत गदाधार शिवसादि गौर भक्तवृंदा हरे कृष्णा कृष्ण कृष्ण हरे 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 राम राम हरे हरे नमः विष्णुपदाय कृष्ण पृष्ठाय भूतले श्रीमते भक्तिवेदांत स्वामी नामिने नमस्ते सरस्वती देवे गौरवाणी प्रचारिणे निर्विशेष शून्यवादी पाश्चात्य देशतारिणे The Supreme Personality of Godhead becomes very dear to those devotees who have no material possessions, but are fully happy in possessing the devotional service of the Lord. Indeed, the Lord relishes the devotional activities of such devotees. Those who are puffed up with material education, wealth, aristocracy, and fruitive activity are very proud of possessing material things, and they often deride the devotees. Even if such people offer the Lord worship, the Lord never accepts them. Okay, we are reading from 4th canto, which is the creation of the 4th order. Again, chapter 31, which is, what is the name of the chapter again?
Narada instructs the Prachetas.
Narad Muni instructs the Prachetas. And then we have heard so far. What did we hear so far? What was yesterday's verse about? What was it about? What was the analogy given that the sky never mixes, sky is never lost from the vision, even though it is sometimes covered with clouds, sunshine, or rain, but it never loses its connection. Like that, we never lose our connection with Krishna. What was the verse about? Oh, Krishna.
Always thinking about Krishna. Because
the one who is free from all material desires.
Yeah.
Remember the heart. How do we become a devotee of Krishna? By cleansing ourselves from material desires. How do we cleanse ourselves from the material desires? By thinking of Krishna constantly. How do we think of Krishna constantly? By
chanting.
Yes, by taking shelter of a pure devotee. The mercy of a pure devotee can give us the holy name and everything. And then Krishna is always controlled by his devotees. He is invincible, not controllable, but he becomes controlled by his devotees. And he never leaves the devotees. Okay, now here, Narad Muni is elaborating on the point that Krishna Krishna likes those devotees who have no material possessions, but are only and fully happy in possessing the devotional service of the Lord. Okay, so pure devotional service, one of the qualities of pure devotional service is Sudurlabha. What does Sudurlabha mean? Krishna, Karshini, and then Sudurlabha. What does Sudurlabha mean?
Very rare.
Very rare. Yeah, very nice. So very rare. Durlabha means rare. Sudurlabha means very rare, extremely rare. Like Krishna consciousness, if you find a pure devotee is extremely rare, because this is a qualification that that person will not have any material possession. That doesn't mean that they are not leaders or kings. You know, we have Ambrish Maharaj example given in the purport. He's the king. He has material possessions, right? But he knows that to who it belongs. He's acting on behalf of Krishna. He's not recognizing himself as being the proprietor. And then we have Arjun, right? He's fighting the war with his full vigor, and he wins the war as well. But does he think even for a minute that he has won the war on his own accord because he's such a good fighter and he has practiced under good teacher Dronacharya?
No,
Does he
he's
give
just
credit to
Nimitta Matra. He's only Nimitta Matra.
Yeah, so it's a devotional service to Krishna. The fight is a devotional service to Krishna. You see, it's not always the arti or harinam or cooking food for Krishna. It's fighting for Krishna is also a devotional service to Krishna. And then we have example of Bali Maharaj. Bali Maharaj is a Maharaj, he's a king. But he actually became a pauper. But did he hesitate to give himself to Krishna?
No.
No, he didn't.
No.
He did not hesitate at all. We have Prahlad Maharaj. Hiranyakashipu was such a big king. Right? He was so rich. But Prahlad Maharaj was completely detached from that richness because he only was fully happy in possessing devotional service of Krishna. And then we have example of Vibhishan, right? Vibhishan and Ravan and Kumbhakarna, they are all brothers. But Lanka is like very beautiful. Vishwakarma designed Lanka in a very intricate manner. The design is given in Ramcharitamanas, and it's like even more beautiful than Indra's planet. But Vibhishan, where is Vibhishan living in Lanka? Who has read Ramayana? Where is he living in Lanka? Is he living in the palace? Where does he live? Nobody.
He was not in the palace, Mataji. He was living differently, separately.
Yeah, where? He was living on the premises of Lanka, but he was living in his bhajan kutir. Remember when Hanuman was looking for Ashok Vatika? When he was looking for Mother Sita, he couldn't find Mother Sita. He didn't even know where to start, where to end, right? And then he was going here, there, everywhere, and then he found early morning Mangalarti time. The name of
Asogavanam.
No, Mataji, no, he's not in Ashokvanam. So he is actually looking for Mother Sita, and then in early morning, wee hours of morning, he hears the chanting of Lord Ram. And then he gets attracted, like Hanuman gets attracted and goes there. And then he is very surprised to find a bhajan kutir with name of Lord Ram written everywhere, and then they still see. So for a minute, Hanuman thinks that maybe this is a play of Maya to, allure me. But then he sees Vibhishan coming out of the bhajan kutir, and then he, of course, has a dialogue with him. So in that way, we see that he's not attached to the material opulence as Ravan is attached. Right? So all these devotees, even though they may be working, we have Ramananda Rai. Ramananda Rai is very rich. He's the governor, right, of South India, Mysore. He's very rich. We have Bhakti Vinod Thakur. Bhakti Vinod Thakur, Prabhupada is very knowledgeable, very influential, very high governmental post, right? But he's fully like happy only in possessing devotional service of Krishna. So the lesson is, it's not that we should not get educated. It's not that we cannot have wealth or we cannot have aristocracy or we cannot have beauty. No, but don't make it as a object of pride. You see, it's different. We look at our house and then we say, oh, I have such a beautiful house. When we say such a beautiful house, I was listening to Prabhupada this morning, and Prabhupada was explaining that in this world, if I want to know that I'm happy, then I have to have an experience that I was sad once. So if I'm not sad, then I'm happy. You say, okay, I have a beautiful house. That means that I have seen an ugly house. So it's like a literal comparison. It's not that one is actually seeing the place as a worship or as a place of advancing in Krishna consciousness, but seeing with the material vision that okay, I have. Queen Kunti says this also. I opened the verse. Janmeshwarya Shritashri Edhamana Madhapuman Nevarti Abhidhatum Me Tam Akinchana Gocharam. My Lord, your Lordship can easily be approached by only by those who are materially impoverished or materially exhausted. One who is on the path of material progress, trying to improve himself with respectable parentage, high opulence, High education and bodily beauty cannot approach you with sincere feeling. So Janma, Aishwarya, Shruta, Shribhir. So Janma means birth, Aishwarya means riches or opulence, Shruta means education, Shribhir means beautiful, body is beautiful. Edamana, Madapuman. So as one is trying to increase these four things, they actually become source of one's intoxication. Madha means intoxication. So if we are intoxicated, we cannot even see ourselves as soul. Then how can we see Krishna? It's not a discouragement to go ahead and get oneself educated or have those goals, but set the goals from the right place. Okay, don't make them as intoxication, as an object of intoxication. The education system today, all over the world, unfortunately, is pushing people towards more sense gratification. Right or wrong, is more towards sense gratification, right? Like, okay, somebody wants to become an engineer, a lawyer, or attracted to a investment banker or a doctor, or this is the real intention of majority of the people taking this kind of profession is service to the people in general, or is it to accumulate more and more wealth? And then the
For
internet
wealth.
actually gives you which jobs pay more. You know, you can actually know if you Google what are the high paying jobs, or if you put the comparison, make a table. So what is the real intention of getting educated?
Money,
What's
Mataji, money. Just
For
And
self
what means money? What is the reason for possessing money, money, money? What's the reason?
Sense gratification.
How?
more
How?
material.
By, by getting more opulent house and better car
Money
and
gives the
everything.
power to buy.
Yeah.
Money gives the power to buy. Like this is like it's a so basically in the world of psychology, there is this discussion which I really like, is that one has to define what money means to them in their life or even in the relationship, because money is the biggest reason why relationships can easily break. You know, if you want to break a relationship with someone, money gets involved money, and then everything goes down. So this is like, of course, on the material platform, but we can apply it on the spiritual concept too. What does money really mean to us? Does it mean authority? If somebody has more money, that means, does it mean like power of authority? Does it mean a commodity? Like like you have a commodity. Like for example, we have a gas stove in the house, right? Do you always 24/7 think about your gas stove or have a gas stove in the house? Or you think about it when you go to the kitchen and want to cook something? Or tell me, are you always meditating? It's so this and this in color. It has 2 burners, 3 burners, 4 burners, 6 burners. It has an oven, no oven. Are you always meditating on that like that?
No, we don't.
Or,
No.
or it's a
Not only.
commodity?
No, not at all.
It's a commodity.
The commodity, right? Commodity. Like, okay. So does money mean like a commodity? Or does money mean the sense of pride or sense of ownership of a relationship? Like whoever has more money owns the relationship. Does it mean that? What does it mean? We will define it. In Srimad Bhagavatam, there are in 10th canto of Damodar Leela, there are 20 disqualifications of money. I think I have that. I think I gave that class one time. Let me see if I can locate. 20 things are described by Narad Muni. If somebody has money, then these 20 things come. What are those 20 things? Let's see. I don't remember which class was that. Krishna will have to help me. I don't even know if it will come. Anyway, so I will try to open one class and then see if this is the one. That's 2023, right? Yeah. There are 20 things. I'll see if I can come up. But basically what I'm trying to say, apart from all these discussions, is that are we really making like progress in Krishna consciousness, or are we like just trying to undercover Krishna consciousness. I'm trying to actually have more and more thing. So that's important for one to know for themselves. Okay, if I find it, I'll bring it up. I have that slide I made one time. There are 20 things which are, it was a January class. I am not very good in saving classes. Maybe this one. Let's see. Yeah, wealth, unwanted items. This is the one. How many things are there? So, Srimad Bhagavatam lists thievery, violence, lying, deception, lust, anger, pride, feverishness, disagreement, hatred, distrust, conflict, attachment to women, gambling, intoxication. Okay, there are 15 things which are listed. These are the things which money bring in one's life if it is not used for Krishna. You see, Srimad Bhagavatam gives us all the knowledge that what I'm sorry, stop sharing my screen. That what means what. So basically, in this particular verse, let's meditate that if I want to become fully happy in Krishna consciousness, then my material possessions are an obstacle. The obstacle. And my material possession doesn't mean that, okay, now I'm going to leave house and I'm going to get out and run on the street and become like Jada Bharata. Not like that, but my perception has to change. It's very important that I change the perception. The lifestyle has to change. Okay, it's not that I can't wait to have money so I can go and shop till I drop. That's not going to lead one to Krishna consciousness. We can do that if one still wants to do that, but know for sure that that's not going to lead to Krishna consciousness. But if I want to have Krishna consciousness, then I need to know the proper utility of all these things: material education, wealth, aristocracy, fruitive activities, or bodily beauties. And never deride a devotee. You never think that another devotee, pure devotee, is any less than me because they are materially impoverished. You know the pastime, right? When Krishna was invited by Duryodhan, because Duryodhan is diplomat, right? He was invited by Duryodhan for a party as a chief guest before Mahabharat, because Duryodhan wanted to impress Krishna. So that diplomacy was going on at that time as well. So Krishna didn't say yes. Krishna also did not say no. Okay, so so when the party, so Duryodhan made elaborate arrangements of this particular party where Krishna was going to be the chief guest. But Krishna is a Vijnana Swarat, fully independent, right? He didn't go, he didn't inform Arjun, he didn't go. I'm sorry, he didn't inform Duryodhan and he did not go. Where did he go? Who knows? If he didn't go to Duryodhan's
Vidura's house.
Vidura's
house.
Vidur's house. So who opened the door when he
His
went
wife.
there?
Vidura's wife.
Vidur's wife
Right.
opened the door. And then what did she do?
He gave banana.
She
He
gave
offered
banana, but
He offered
he fed him with
peels,
banana
enough
peels.
banana.
Pills.
Yeah. So she got so excited looking at Krishna that Krishna is there, and she actually couldn't, because was so surprised and taken aback that and so happy. She couldn't understand what to do. So she somehow or other made Krishna sit at a place and started looking at his lotus-like face and started to offer him banana. But in her ecstasy, she was actually throwing the banana and giving the peel to Krishna. She was throwing the banana, giving peel to Krishna. Was Krishna eating it? Did Krishna interrupt, or was Krishna eating
yes,
the
No,
food?
it's not.
Mataji.
It's not.
He
It,
Was
he
eating.
accepted, Mataji. He was
He
eating.
ate.
Accept, eat it.
Krishna was eating the peel of a banana. Will you eat it? If you come to my house and I give you peel of a banana,
No.
will you eat it?
No.
No.
So Krishna was eating the peel of a banana. Here's a huge party. Imagine such an elaborate function in the palace. imagine how much entertainment and food and everything will be there. But Krishna left that, went to eat the peel of a banana from a poor devotee. What was Krishna eating? What was he eating? He was actually eating the love of his devotee. Right? He's not hungry for food. So Krishna is not going to be attracted to somebody's bank balance. It's not that if somebody has a lot of bank balance, then that person is a better devotee than somebody who is impoverished. Actually, it's the opposite. Somebody who is impoverished is a better devotee because that person only has Krishna, nobody else. Nobody else. Sometimes we face such situations in our life. Sometimes, by the cycle of time, this thing comes in our life, right? Have you ever felt like that? That nobody understands me? There's nobody who is like hearing me. Nobody understands it. Do you ever feel like that ever? Or have you ever felt like that in your life ever?
Yes, yes,
Sometime.
Mataji.
Sometime.
Sometimes it happens, right? So at that time, that's the time of the biggest growth in Krishna consciousness, because we stop looking outside. There's no point. There's no point of looking outside, support from anybody outside, because there is nobody. That time, if a devotee has intelligence, by virtue of the mercy of a pure devotee, then that person will sit and think that actually only Krishna. So that thing comes. Arjun had that time in Battle of Kurukshetra. He had it. He couldn't understand. Nobody else could understand. Nobody else had answers. So he turned to Krishna. Krishna took care of him. Didn't Krishna take care of Arjun? Didn't he take care of Arjun?
Yes, he
He
did.
did.
Didn't he
He
take
did.
care of Draupadi?
He did.
Nobody was there to help her. Nobody.
Hmm.
Did he take care of Draupadi? Or no?
Yes.
Yes.
Yes, he did.
When they were trying to disrobe her. No.
Hmm.
Did he take care of Parikshit Maharaj? And his mother went and said, Krishna, only you can
did.
save. He took care of Parikshit Maharaj, right? Did he take care of Prahlad Maharaj?
Yes,
Nobody.
Yes, yes.
There's nobody to help him. Nobody was
Hmm.
there. Did he take care of Dhruv Maharaj when Dhruv Maharaj was all alone in the forest? Did he take care of
Yes.
him?
yes,
Yeah.
Did he take care of Ambarish Maharaj when Sudarshan Chakra was released to behead him? I'm sorry, when Durvasa Muni made the demon out of the hair on his head.
Yes.
Just killed him.
Yes, Mataji. Yes.
And same Krishna, why will he not take care of me? Why will he not take care of me? Giving so many examples uh, in so many ways, just so. Did he take care of Ajamil? Did he take care of Ajamil?
Hmm.
Yes,
Yes.
Mataji.
Yes.
Do you know the story of Pingala, 11th canto Srimad Bhagavatam? Do you know the story of this prostitute called Pingala?
No,
I
No,
sometimes feel our
Mataji.
life is like Pingala. Do you know the story of Pingala?
no, Mataji.
No,
No,
Mataji.
Mataji.
No,
You
Mataji.
don't know the story of Pingala? Pingala was a prostitute, and she was very beautiful. And one night she was thinking, she was one of the highly paid prostitutes in her profession. Vyasdev talks about her. Vyasdev talks about 24 kinds of gurus in 11th canto Srimad Bhagavatam, and Pingala is one of them. She's a prostitute. Right, so he says that one night she was very nicely decorated and was standing outside her door. And every man who was passing by, she was thinking that this man will have money. So I will satisfy him and he will give me money. And then I will do, she was planning with the money, I'll do this, this, this. So with every single man passing on the road, she was thinking like that. But it was as the time passed and the night became more and more thick and no one was coming, Vasudev writes that she actually goes more in the lane. She was standing next to her door, but she goes more in the road to become more visible. And she was thinking the same way. But nobody came. And then she felt tired. And then suddenly she saw that it was the early morning light was breaking the sky. Then she came back inside and she sat in her room, and then suddenly there was this wave of detachment in her heart that nobody came. Nobody came. What am I doing with my life? What am I doing? What am I doing with my life? I'm depending on this person, that person, to give me happiness, or their possessions to give me happiness. And I'm not looking at Hari, who is in my heart, who actually can give me the real happiness. So in that way, the detachment arose in her heart, and then she went to bed, and then she became a devotee. Like like that, Vyasdev writes very nicely, 11th canto. You can read the story of Pingala prostitute. So like that, I think we are all like that. I honestly think so. And Raghunath Das Goswami, the succession of Raghunath Das Goswami, right, in Chaitanya Chaitamrita, like when he was the son of a very rich man, and then when he ran away from the house, his father sent men and was giving him money initially, and with that money he was giving prasadam to all the Vaishnavas. But after some time, he sent the men back, and his father was still sending him money, and Raghunath Das Goswami was still accepting the money. But after some time, he stopped accepting money. Then what happened? Then after some time, he started going and standing at the gate of Jagannath temple and started begging. Okay, so he was begging. And then after some time, he stopped begging. What was he doing? He was just chanting Hare Krishna, and then he would go to where the prasadam of Jagannath was discarded at the end of the day, and he would eat from there sometimes. Eventually, he only ate like 1 teaspoon of butter every other day. So his hunger was so reduced. Chaitanya Mahaprabhu asked, where is Raghunath Das Goswami? He has not invited us for prasadam for so many days. So Sir Damodar Goswami said that Raghunath Das Goswami is a beggar now. He stopped accepting money from his father. Chaitanya Mahaprabhu became very pleased that he stopped accepting money. And then when he actually stopped begging, and Chaitanya Mahaprabhu was announced that he's eating the discarded prasadam, and he stopped begging, Chaitanya Mahaprabhu became even more pleased. So, but then Mahaprabhu explains that actually begging means that we are actually depending on someone else outside of our, Krishna consciousness, or the Lord in the heart, for satisfying my needs. Can you give me this? That's begging, right? That's what Pingala was doing. That's what Raghunath Das Goswami in the past time was showing. That's what we do. So so that's also element of pride. See, the pride is so deep. And if one has to become Krishna conscious, one has to actually cut through all these prides, and we can't do it on our accord. Do you think we have so much strength to cut so much pride from our existence in the material world? Do you think we can do it by ourselves? Do you think so?
No, we need Guru.
No, we don't. We won't.
Can't do it. We can't, it's not possible. Because then we don't even know where to start, where to start cutting this pride, or the knots of pride in our heart, where to start. Because, okay, I'm chanting Hare Krishna, I'm becoming very detached, but suddenly a very rich person or influential person or a very famous personality comes, I want to be in the front because I want my photograph to be shown with that person, right? So there you go. We can see that it's not gone yet. So it's not that we have to criticize ourselves, but I'm just saying that be honest with yourself. Very important to be honest. If we're not honest with ourselves, then we cannot be honest with Krishna. It's not possible. Okay, so the affection is for Krishna. The possession of wealth is for Krishna. The more and more you become Krishna conscious, more and more you start valuing your time over everything else. Time over wealth, time over education, time over family affection, because that time is something where you can have with Krishna. A devotee is not a devotee, sincere devotee, you'll never see them wasting time in futile activities. They'll be very, very careful. It's one of the very good signs of seeing have I become a devotee or not. We're very, very careful that where is this time going, because we are fully aware that I don't have all the time in the world. Any time this human form life, which like I'm living in a rented house, I'm living in a rented body can be taken, and it will be taken. Before it is taken, why don't I finish my business? Okay, so understand that Krishna, what attracts Krishna? Because we're trying to love Krishna, right? This is a way of learning how to love the Supreme Personality of Godhead. If you want to love someone, you need to know their likes or dislikes. Yes or no? Somebody says, do you
Yes,
love your
Mata.
child? Yes. You know what your child likes? Do you know what your child dislikes? No. Then what kind of a love is that? If you want to love Krishna, you need to know what he likes and you need to know what he does not like. And you need to care for that too, what he likes and what he doesn't like, right? Yeah.
Yes, Mataji. Yes, Mataji.
So it's a process of falling in love with Krishna. It's Narad Muni is in love with the Supreme Personality of Godhead. He's trying to teach us, Krishna likes this. He can teach us because he's a pure devotee, because he fully loves in the Prema Bhakti stage. Okay, questions, reflections, realizations, corrections. And we can do quickly the verse. Yes, Mataji, go ahead. Surekha Mataji.
Mataji, just one question. This Pingala, she was means totally into material this thing attachments. So how she realized on her own without any guru? How she came?
No,
She got the realization.
there's always a guru in the heart. Krishna is always there, right? I think it's called Chaitya Guru,
Chaitya Guru, yeah.
right? This is always there.
But even to realize that Chaitya Guru, we need to have all the unwanted things removed from our heart.
She got
All the
frustrated with
kalmash.
the material life. She got just frustrated. It's not that she became a pure devotee. It's not mentioned that she became a pure devotee. But she had this thought that what am I doing with my life? Which is the beginning, right?
Okay. Yes.
It's not that she's a guru in that way. That learn. I see so many similarities between her pastime or her life and our life in today's world. Same. This job will give me more prospect. This education will give me more this. This relationship will give me more benefits. This kind of a house will give me more comfort. This car will give me more this. I have 10 clothes, I have to buy 20 more because this is a fashion, it will give me more, right? More, give me more,
Yes.
give me more, give me more. Yes?
Yes, ma'am.
She got exhausted with it. I don't want anymore. I'm done. So she's a guru. Any questions, reflection, realizations? Okay, we go to Mana Siksha and then we go to that internal and external. This verse is a little intense, but I think we can do it quickly. All right, I'll recite and then people who have not recited the Srimad Bhagavatam verse can raise your hand, maybe one or two of you. Yadichedavasam vraja bhuvi saragam pratijano युवाद्वन्द्वं तच्चेत् परिचरितुम् आराधभिलाषे स्वरूपं श्रीरूपं सगणम् इहा तस्याग्रजमपि सुतं प्रेम्ण नित्यं स्मरणं तदा त्वं शृणु मनः. Anybody would like to recite who have not recited Srimad Bhagavatam verse? Am I audible? Because this is a very there are too many blind spots in preaching online. So please tell me, am I audible or is my internet gone? Okay, go ahead, Surekha.
You are
Mataji.
audible, Mataji.
Yes,
You are audible
Mataji.
loud and clear.
Yes, Mataji, you are
You are
audible.
Okay, thank
audible,
you.
Mataji.
Hare Krishna, Mataji.
Surekha Mataji.
Hare Krishna, Mataji. Yadichera व्रज भुवि saragam pratijanur युवद्वन्द्वं तच्चेत् परिचरतु मां राधभिलाषे स्वरूपं श्रीरूपं सगणमिह तस्यां ग्रजमपि स्फुटं प्रेम्णा नित्यं स्मरणम तदा त्वं शृणु मनः. Hare Krishna.
Thank you, Mataji. Very nice. Ayushi Mataji.
Hare Krishna Mataji Prabhuji, Koti Koti Pranam, Charan Spar. Yade Cheravasam Vrajapumi Sarangam Pratijano Yuvatandam Tat Tat Chete Tat Chet Paricharitumara Dudalta Vilase Sarupam Sirupam Saganamiha Tasyagrajamapi Sputam Premna Nityam Smaranam Tada Samshranu Mana. Thank you so very much, Mataji. Hare Krishna.
Thank you. Madhu Mataji.
Hare Krishna Mataji. यदिच्छिरावासं व्रजभुवि सरागं प्रतिजानो युवद्वन्द्वं तच्चेत परिचरितुमारदभिलाषे स्वरूपं श्रीरूपं सगणमिह तस्याग्रजमपि स्फुटं प्रेम्णा नित्यं स्मरणं तदा त्वं शृणु माना. Hare Krishna Mataji, thank you.
Thank you, Mataji. Hare Krishna. All right, let's see. Listen, O mind, if you desire in every birth to reside in the land of Braj with loving attachment and to serve the youthful couple Sri Sri Radha Krishna in close proximity, then clearly remember and offer obeisances to Sri Swarup, to Sri Rupa and his associates in Vrindavan, and to Sri Rupa's elder brother Sri Sanatan. So this verse, the key word is Sri Saragam. Saragam, here it's written in Sanskrit, here it's written in English. And Pratijanur. Pratijanur means life after life. Saragam means the Raganuga Bhakti. Okay, so Sri Raghunath Das Goswami is teaching us how to pray to the mind or ask the mind to listen, that if in every birth I want to reside on the land of Vraj with loving attachment, not just like living in Vraj to make money by making construction work, no, which is going on a lot over there right now, but with loving attachment to Krishna and to serve the youthful couple Shri Shri Radha Krishna in close proximity, then clearly remember and offer obeisances to Sri Swarup, to Sri Rupa and his associates in Vrindavan, and Sri Rupa's elder brother Sri Sanatan. So no liberation, asking for birth after birth, the place to reside on the Braj, Pratijanur. In what way? Understanding in a Ragatmika Bhakti or Raganuga Bhakti. So we know that, right? Sadhana Bhakti has two subdivisions. What are the two subdivisions of Sadhana Bhakti? Yes, Sadhana Bhakti, Vedehi Sadhana
Vaidhi
Bhakti,
Bhakti,
Sadhana and Raganuga.
Raganuga Sadhana Bhakti. Very nice. When Vedehi Sadhana Bhakti matures, it becomes Raganuga Sadhana Bhakti. And when Raganuga Sadhana Bhakti matures, then what does it become?
Bhava Bhakti.
Ragatmika.
Bhava Bhakti. When
Yes.
Bhava Bhakti matures, what does it
Ragatmika.
become?
Then
Prema
you are
Bhakti.
totally
Prema
surrendered to
Bhakti.
Krishna, so Prema.
Prema Bhakti.
Last stage of that.
Yeah. So Bhava Bhakti becomes Mahabhav and then it becomes Prema, and in Prema there are many subdivisions, right? Sneha, then again Bhava. There's so many subdivisions in Prema Bhakti. But yes, that's the sequence. So one is to understand what is the difference between Videhi Sadhana Bhakti and Raganuga Sadhana Bhakti. Videhi Sadhana Bhakti is a sadhana bhakti where the main motivation is not love for Krishna, but for philosophical and intellectual understanding that Krishna is indeed the Supreme Personality of Godhead. Philosophically and intelligently, one has understood that Krishna is the Supreme Personality of Godhead, and that's the motivation. One wants to follow the scriptural rules and regulations out of that motivation, because it is philosophically correct, because it is intellectually correct thing to do. Right? It's a kind of a discipline. In a military, one wants to, become a good soldier, then they have to follow the rules set by the military, right? Of proper diet, proper exercise regimen, proper sleep, and proper fighting skills. Like that, if somebody is philosophically convinced that Krishna is indeed the Supreme Personality of Godhead, then I will be attracted to follow, not attracted, but I'll follow the rules and regulations because I have that attraction. This is right. But Ragatmika Sadhana Bhakti or Raganuga Sadhana Bhakti is when one spontaneously follows rules and regulations of Sadhana Bhakti because one is attracted to Krishna now. not the fact that Krishna is God, but attracted to Krishna as a person, the supreme person. Okay, so there's some verses from different scriptures that explain the difference. Chaitanya Chaitamrita Madhya Lila, this chapter talks a lot about Raganuga Sadhana Bhakti. 22nd chapter, verse 149, Prabhupada writes, original inhabitants of Vrindavan are attached to Krishna spontaneously in devotional service. Nothing can compare to such spontaneous devotional service, which is called Ragatmika Bhakti. When a devotee follows in the footsteps of the devotees of Vrindavan, his devotional service is called Raganuga Bhakti. Okay, so for example, the devotional service practiced by Krishna's friends like Subala, like Madhu Mangal, right? That is Ragatmika Bhakti. They are worshipping Krishna not because Krishna is God, but because they like Krishna as their friend. By the way, Krishna is God. They may care, they don't care Krishna is God or not God, but they love Krishna. Now, if somebody wants to serve in their footstep, worshipping Krishna as Krishna's friend, then that particular devotee must learn how to worship Krishna in the mood of Subala, Madhumangal, and so on and so forth. So, Rag Anuga. Raga means attachment. Anuga means following. Right? Rupa Nuga. We are called Rupa Nuga. Means because we are followers of Rupa Goswami. Like that, it is Rag Anuga. Means I'm following the attachment which is followed by a Rajbhasi in that pure element. And then in 153 verse of the same chapter of Madhya Lila, Prabhupada writes, an advanced devotee is attracted by the service rendered by an eternal servitor of the Lord. This attraction is called spontaneous attraction. Technically, it is called Swarupa Uplabdhi. This stage is not achieved in the beginning. In the beginning, one has to render service strictly, according to the regulatory principles set forth by the revealed scriptures and the spiritual master. By continuous rendering service through the process of Vedai Bhakti, one's natural inclination is gradually awakened. This is called spontaneous attraction or Rag Anuga Bhakti. Okay, so Vedai Sadhana Bhakti, if done under the supervision of a spiritual master and revealed scriptures, actually reveals one's identity and actually one's spontaneous attraction to Krishna. Isn't it like we used to find getting up for Mangalarti extremely difficult? Yeah, anybody found it extremely pleasurable from the day one? Or was it a little bit of a struggle, but we did it anyway?
So much struggle, Mataji.
But doing, or chanting 16 rounds, right, for so many years, doing, it was not easy to begin with, but doing, it became like a natural part of one's life that, okay, I have to do it. This is my most important thing. Okay, in 154th verse, Prabhupada writes, devotional service and spontaneous love is vividly expressed and manifested by the inhabitants of Vrindavan. Devotional service that accords with their devotional service is called Raganuga Bhakti, or devotional service following in the wake of spontaneous loving service. Basically, what is written here is that if one wants to develop spontaneous loving devotional service to Krishna, then one has to learn it from the inhabitants of Vrindavan. Not anywhere else. It's not available anywhere else. That is why, if you go back to the verse, that is why Raghunath Das Goswami is actually telling the mind that if, oh my dear mind, if you want to, in every birth, reside in the land of Raj with loving attachment and to serve the youthful couple Shri Shri Radha Krishna in close proximity, then clearly remember and offer obeisances to Shri Swarup, to Rupa Goswami in Vrindavan and Rupa's elder brother Sanatan Goswami. Right? So Rupa Goswami is called as what kind of an acharya? What acharya is Rupa Goswami? Study in Rasacharya. Because he tells about the nectar, the taste of pure devotional service. So Rup Damodar Goswami was one of the two most close associates of Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, to whom Chaitanya Mahaprabhu disclosed all the secrets of pure loving service, right? So Rup Damodar Goswami, and who was the other one?
Ramananda Raya.
Ramananda Rai, yes. So Swarup Damodar Goswami and Ramananda Rai. But Swarup Damodar Goswami taught exoteric method of worshipping Krishna to Vriksheshwar Pandit. Okay, where there are no mention of Krishna's pastimes or Krishna's 5 levels of relationship exchange with his devotees, just exoteric method, which is a bona fide method. But then Sarup Goswami taught esoteric process, or a process which is like internal process of worshipping the Supreme Personality of Godhead, which is Raganuga Bhakti to Raghunath Das Goswami. That is why he is taking the name. And then Sanatan Goswami also gave us the taste of the pure devotional service to Krishna. So after these references, so I'll just bring up this slide. That this is from Bhakti Rasamrita Sindhu, chapter 16, where Raganuga Sadhana Bhakti is described. Raganuga Sadhana Bhakti is described or defined as an advanced practice intended to cultivate the service mood of an eternally perfect resident of Vrindavan. Okay, so we are actually following the method of worship which is practiced by a resident of Vrindavan in that mood. That's Raganuga Sadhana Bhakti. Because I'm attracted to it. Because we are attracted. If you go to Krishna Balram Mandir and you see Krishna's cows, you see, Krishna's monkey, Krishna's friends, then you naturally that person feels an attraction and want to know how Krishna is worshipped by all these close associates in this particular rasa or relationship. What is a prerequisite? Rupa Goswami explains strong desire to serve Krishna in a specific relationship. And how to get this desire? Hearing how eternal residents of Vrindavan spontaneously serve Krishna in various loving modes. When does eligibility manifest? When lobha, singular overwhelming desire to please Krishna in a particular way. Okay, but if we have any other desire, singular overwhelming desire, but if somebody has any other desire than to serve Krishna in that particular mood, then this lobha will not come. This does not come. So when will lobha come? Not until anartha nivritti. And how will anartha nivritti happen? By following Vedai Sadhana Bhakti. So you see, Vedai Sadhana Bhakti is the root. Okay. So these are the paintings of this particular verse, that the teachings of Sarup Damodar Goswami, Raghunath Das Goswami, Rupa Goswami, Sanatan Goswami are like the jewels. These are like diamonds and very precious metals. They're like jewels of service to Radha Krishna. They actually give us the jewels of service to Radha Krishna in their service. How do we serve Radha Krishna? We get that information, which is like jewels. That is why I follow all these great personalities. This is Vedai Sadhana Bhakti. The practitioner follows the scripture out of fear. That this is the right thing to do, but if I don't do the right thing, then wrong thing will happen. But in spontaneous devotional service or Raganuga Sadhana Bhakti, one wants to follow the rules and regulations of bhakti out of joy. Keeping Ekadashi is not a pain anymore, or chanting 16 rounds is not a burden anymore, or reading Prabhupada books is not an added chore anymore. How do we know we have fallen down? If these things become heavy. Okay, this is the one way, only marker. So Krishna, these are Krishna's devotees in Vrindavan serving in a particular mood. These are Krishna's chief servants, Raktala and Patraka. Krishna's friends, Subala, Ujjwala, Madhumangal. Right, Krishna's parents serving him in Vatsalya, Yashoda, Nanda, Rohini. And then Krishna's romantic affairs with Radharani, Chandravali. Okay, so all these devotees follow the various processes of bhakti. We follow all these Vedahi Sadhana Bhakti rules and regulations to actually get to the platform of Raganuga Bhakti. One of the 7 habits of highly effective people is they begin with the end in mind. So Vedahi Sadhana Bhakti is not an end in itself. Prema Bhakti is the end. Okay, so one knows that I'm practicing this to get to this stage. So then one stays very humble in the sense that I haven't achieved it, so I'm not advanced. I'm not a devotee of Krishna also if I haven't achieved that. Okay, so understand that if somebody wants to live in the land of Braj, life after life, uh, in Raganuga Sadhana Bhakti, then one must, in close proximity to Radha Krishna, then one must follow the path given by Sri Rupa Goswami, Sanatana Goswami, Raghunath Das Goswami, and Sarup Damodar Goswami. They're not mentioning, interestingly, he's not mentioning about other sampradayas, because other sampradayas don't give us the bona fide Raganuga Sadhana Bhakti. It falls short of Raganuga Sadhana Bhakti. I'm not saying this. Don't come behind me. It is written in the explanation in Manasiksha. You can read it. Any questions, reflections, realizations on this? I don't know if you heard it or you didn't hear it. What happened? Prem Prakash Hadas Prabhu, am I audible? Can you please tell me?
Yes, very much, Mataji, and everybody is listening.
Maybe everybody's thinking. Okay, I'll spend less than 5 minutes, less than 5 minutes in looking at our obstacles. That we were studying yesterday, that what are some of the obstacles that prohibit us from thinking of Krishna 24/7. Lifestyle. You see, our lifestyle is very complex nowadays. So many hours of the day go in job, or if somebody is in college or school or university and they have extracurricular activities, it goes in that. So understand that this is not an easy place to be in right now. What do we do? What do we do? Have a very good sadhana in the morning, if you can. Okay, Prabhupada used to say that. Have you heard Prabhupada saying, now I have chanted 16 rounds, I can fight any Maya. Right? So have a very good sadhana early in the morning. One devotee, he's actually Prabhupada's disciple in Connecticut many years ago. I think it was 2009, I want to say. I heard him giving class, and he said that we must try to catch up on our rounds before sun comes out, because when sun comes out, then there are so many distractions, things become visible. So must try to chant 16 rounds minimum before sun comes out. I really liked his approach, that actually it is true, when the sun comes out, there are so many distractions, so many things become visible. So the lifestyle is very complex. So if you can simplify the lifestyle, is like, please, humbly, please try to catch up on your chanting before early morning. For that, it will mean modifying the sleep schedule in the night also, right? Minimum 6 hours of sleep is needed. That might mean skipping the dinner, because if there is food in the stomach, or eating food at least 2 hours before bedtime, we have to modify consciously. So that way, I was talking to my daughter the other day, and she was saying, "Mama, are you going to have dinner?" I said, "I can't have dinner." And then she said, "Mom, but you didn't eat." I said, "If I put even one grain of food inside my body right now, it will be a huge disservice to my own self." She was like, "Wow, Mom, you're like disservice to your own self." So I was like, yeah, why can't I look at myself as part and parcel of Krishna, that if I do this, it'll be a huge disservice to my own self. So do a service to your own self by becoming Krishna conscious or modifying the lifestyle. Krishna will give intelligence. Don't say that it is not possible, because it's not it's an external factor. Krishna will give intelligence to a person who wants to change it. We might be directed to people who can help us. We might be directed to our own self and think, how can we do that? But rest assured, this is called Shraddha. Okay, now Shraddha has to come to a stage of Nishtha. Shraddha means faith. Nishtha means what? What does Nishtha mean?
Firm faith.
Huh?
Determination. Determination.
Firm faith.
Yeah, very strong faith. So the faith has to become strong faith. So Krishna will test. Our lifestyle is not so, powerful than Krishna's power. It will happen if you want it to happen. If you don't want it to happen, it will not happen in any lifetime. Okay, we'll continue from here to questions, reflections, realizations, corrections. We spoke so much. So today's verse was that Krishna is attracted to a person who is materially completely impoverished, right? But if somebody is proud of possessing very good wealth or high aristocracy, education, or fruitive activities, Krishna is not attracted because Krishna doesn't want to feed anybody's pride. So now it's up to us. What do you want to do? Do I want to attract Krishna, or do I want to continue in this illusion of false ego? The choice is very clear. You see, there's no confusion. Any questions, reflection, realizations, corrections? Premprakash, this Prabhu, can you stop the live stream? I think we can stop the live stream now.
Sure, Mataji. I'll do that. When you finish, I'll do that. Okay, you want me to do now?
Yeah, I think it's such a long class. Okay, we are trying to do too many things in the class. Is it too much? Is it too much to do the verse and do
No, no,
Manasiksha and also go over there? Is
No,
it too
Mataji.
much?
No,
No,
Very
no,
nice.
No,
Mataji.
Mataji.
It's very
No,
nice,
So
Mataji.
Mataji.
informative.
No, you guys don't remember next day when I asked what was the verse studied yesterday? Nobody answers. I think it is too much.
No,
Mand
no,
Mand
Mataji.
Mateo.
Mandasu,
Yes,
Mandavati.
Mataji.
Yes, Mataji.
Mandabhagya.
Shubham Patil Prabhu. Yes, Prabhu.
Hare Krishna Mataji Dandot Pranam. Mataji, like you said one statement like we should finish our rounds before sun is coming.
Consider seriously, yes. Seriously, yes.
But Mataji, we are having Mangala Aarti starting at 4:30. It will end at near about 5:10 or 5:15. Then we are starting our round. Then class is starting at 5:45. You know how to complete round, Mataji?
You have to go to bed earlier. You go to bed at 8, get up by 3:30. It's a good sleep, no? It's like 6-7 hours. So,
Yes,
and
yes.
then start. I know a devotee who goes to bed at 7:30, gets up at 2 a.m. And he's a family man. He's like a vice president of a company. Very busy, traveling all over the world. But he maintains the same schedule. Very inspirational. I actually know such a devotee. Very, very opulent, very knowledgeable, very busy, have small children, not young, not older children also, but maintains the schedule. Try, Prabhu. Okay. I'm not saying
Okay.
get up at 2 a.m.,